So my mic was low as hell last time. I don't know why, but I turned it up. Hopefully this time it's better, but I'm pretty sure people still was able to hear everything I was saying. So yeah, this time, you know, what the fuck was I just lost my train of thought. Was that my phone? Yep, that was my phone. But what the fuck? Okay, yeah. I posted the Let's Talk video. Well received. I ain't gonna lie. Almost made a nigga cry. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a gangster, so I can't cry. But yeah, with that bullshit being over with, this is the story I promised, which is the whole situation, the fight, if you would, the boo bop, you know, the pow, the crack, whatever the fuck comic books we used to say back in the day. But Sage, stop freaking crying, dude. Hold on, I had to open the door. Come on, cry baby. Dude, I let you in so you would stop crying. Can I record? Hmm? Alright. Dude, I gotta record. Alright. So, this dude, man. But, the boo bop situation, right? So, I'm gonna start from the beginning. Because if I just start from how the fight happened and everything, niggas just think I'm petty because of what happened and how it went down, right? So I'm gonna start from the beginning. In the beginning, there was a 12, right? Like a year back, he had 2 cars. You know what I'm saying? He was flexing out here. But how the situation came about is my girlfriend's mother gave me a car and my girlfriend had a car, so together we had 2 cars because I was given a car for free because I'm just that nigga. People love me, which is amazing. Oh my god, I had to turn my notifications off because my phone was going crazy. But niggas love me, so I ended up getting a car, right? And I was very, very happy to learn how to drive in my car, because if I messed it up, it was my car, right? So that happened. My girlfriend had her car, and family members of my girlfriend came in town, right? And basically everybody was trying to make him feel welcomed and shit because he ain't from here, right? I didn't care about the nigga from the start, but he up here crying and shit, being a bitch. Fucking, he put a hole in the wall in my fucking house, and I told him, like, bro, did you just put a fucking hole in my wall? And then he was like, no, saying some other shit, and I was like, dude, break something else of mine, so I'm gonna beat your ass, right? So I told him that, right? We was all good though, right? So he started begging my girlfriend for her car, and she was like, hell no, right? Because she was like, no. She don't even like him, right? So he went to her mother. She remember that part because that's gonna be a key factor in the later story. So he went to her mother, right? Cried to her. Her mother was like, just let him use the car, right? So we gave him the keys. 2 days later, he wrecked her car, totaled it. Had to be fucking. It had to fucking. What the fuck is it? It had to be towed, right? So we had to get it towed back to the house. Couldn't do shit with it. The frame was all fucked up. Everything, the front and the back. I'm like, bro, how? 2 days, how? Right? So I'm pissed. I'm like, bro, this shit ain't no fucking way, dog. Ain't no fucking way, right? So I'm telling my girlfriend, right? I'm like, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of dude, right? But everybody's saving him. So I'm like, you wanna know what? Alright, whatever, right? So that happened. Because our car was fully covered, he ended up getting some insurance money, right? That he fucked off with. Right? His mother told us this. That's a key point for later too. Remember that, right? So he ended up getting his car, right? This all takes place, this all different times and shit. So he ended up getting a car of his own, which was this little blue 2-door car, right? So he get it, he fuck it over because he don't know how to fucking take care of shit. So he parked it in our backyard. It was sitting in our backyard for like 4 months before I even looked at it to even consider, like, nigga, that's my car. Like, that's just how I feel. I was like, bro, I had to give up my car because you totaled her car and she need a car. I don't drive yet, so I didn't have an excuse for needing a car at that point. So I had to give up my car because of you. So you gonna give me that car. That's just how I felt on the inside, right? So I put my plan together, right? Like, I had this whole master plan in my head on how I was gonna do everything once I get that car. Like, I was gonna be bumping Young Pappy, some G Herbo, probably like some Trippy Red, I don't know, Lil Uzi Vert. I was gonna be doing the shoulder at the fucking lights. I was gonna be going crazy in that car. Like, nigga, I have already lived the whole imaginary life through that car, right? Last thing I needed to do was get the keys. So I kept asking people. I asked my girlfriend to, basically tell him, like, send the keys because he wasn't in town. He don't live in our city. So he wasn't in town. So his car was just down here, right? So I'm keep asking, send the keys, send the keys, send the keys, send the keys, right? Every time somebody asks for the keys, he duck and dodge it, right? So this nigga, keep ducking and dodging and shit, right? I already got a whole plan for this car, bro. Like, it ain't even yours no more. Since I already imagined a world with it, it ain't yours. It's mine now. Because I imagined it, so it's mine. So that's how it works. Don't quote me, right? So he eventually comes back in town with a friend. Like, the friend not that important to the story, to be honest. But he eventually come back in town with a friend, right? Me and my girlfriend going. We at my mom's house. And, like, we helping our, like, my side of the family and shit. So we come back, Well, on our way back, my girlfriend basically was, like, on her phone. And she told me, like, oh, shit, fuck boy, back in town. I'm like, great, because I'm about to get my fucking car. That's all I cared about, right? So that happened. Another day happened. Like, I didn't see him the first day. I came home, went to sleep, woke up. He didn't come back. So he was out that whole night. So I went back to mom's house, doing some more shit. We come back home again. I go to sleep, right? I get woken up by my girlfriend because she took Sage out to go use it. And when she was trying to come back and bring him into the room, her fuckhead family member and his friend, right? So I believe it was the friend who was basically rubbing Sage. So he wasn't listening because, he was getting attention from somebody else, even though he seen that she was trying to get his attention to get him back into the room. But he just ignored that. Right? So she tell me this. I wake up. I'm already mad. So I get up. I'm looking at my 3 pair of glasses, right? I put on the black frames because it's really like that. I don't have no black Air Forces right now. So I had to substitute, right? So I put on my black frames because once I put these motherfuckers on, it's like that for anybody. So I put my black frames on, I get dressed, you know what I'm saying? I walk out there. So her family member would do whatever the fuck boy, that's his name for the rest of this, was in the bathroom. Then they switched because I came out. By the time I came out, he was out and his friend was in the bathroom. So I tell him, I walk up to him, right? And I look at him. And he looks at me. And I'm like, I'm going to need those keys. That's exactly how I said it to him. I'm going to need those keys. And he was like, huh? I'm like, the keys to the car in the backyard. I'm going to need those. So he like, oh, yeah, right? So he grab his friend's keys. He go out to their car, right? Then he bring the keys to me, right? So it's 2 sets of keys on this one key, but they both go to the same car. So I'm looking, I'm like, damn, I got a spare. Like, I'm flexing. I already told my friends I was gonna bully a nigga out of the car, so I'm sending them pictures and proof and shit because you know what I'm saying. Niggas don't be thinking I'm valid like that, so I have to send authentic proof. So I sent a picture. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, look at me. You know what I'm saying? Got my new car keys, nigga. I'm about to be mobile. I'm about to really be like that. I'm about to be that kid, right? So I go out there. I'm checking the car. You know, I'm starting it up and shit. I found out it's a fucking stick. I don't know how to drive stick. I barely know how to drive fucking automatics because I don't know how to drive. So I'm like, this is even harder than I thought it was gonna be. In my mind, it was an automatic car. So I tackled it like it was gonna be an automatic car. So you know what I'm saying? We watching YouTube tutorial and shit on how sticks work and all this shit. Then you know he coming out and he hovering over us, and like my girlfriend pointed it out and she was like, "Did you tell him?" And I'm like, "Nah, he gonna find out." And she just started laughing, right? Because she already knew what was going on, right? So I basically locked the car up and shit. You know, I go in, I change clothes. You know, I get ready. We about to go somewhere else, right? Because we don't never stop fucking moving around. Like 9 times out of 10, we doing something, right? So we about to go somewhere else. So we leaving out, and he asked for his keys back, and I look at him, and I was like, no, right? And in my mind, I thought it was gonna go simple, right? I'm like, you hear no, you understand that it's a no, right? No, he didn't understand it. He was basically like, them my keys, right? He started talking hot shit, and I'm like, all right, bro. And then you know my girlfriend started yelling. She basically was telling him how he fucked up our car, so he kind of owe us a car now because he fucked up our car, and then he fucked off with the insurance money. So like he really fucked us twice for the price of once. So, you know what I'm saying? She basically explained that to him. He basically saying some stupid shit. He starts speaking whatever language my girlfriend speaks. She Asian. I don't fucking know. Right? So, they start arguing back and forth. I'm just looking because I'm like, I don't have no idea what the fuck is going on, right? But they arguing. He starts blah, 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 freaking out and shit. My keys, my keys, my keys. I'm like, no. What do you not understand? No, you're not getting these keys back. I'm like, if you want these keys, show me you serious for these keys. Come fight me for them. Right? And he's like, I'm not fighting you. And I'm like, I guess you don't want a fucking car then. Because if you ain't coming up to fight me, nigga, you ain't getting these keys back. So he was like, I don't have to fight you for my car. Saying some other shit, right? He was like, that car was, he said like 20K or some shit. I'm like, sweet, I got me a 20K car. I'm really about to flex. I was like, I'm about to take pictures on this motherfucking everything. I'm about to go crazy, right? So he getting mad shit. He starts saying some other shit, and he walk up to me, right? So I step up to him. I'm like, what you trying to do? All right, so I pull my pants up because you already know it's really about to it's about to be like that, bro. It's active time, right? So his homeboy stands up, and now he's standing on the side of me, right? So I'm looking at both of them. So I step back a little bit, and I'm like. And this part, when I was telling my family, they didn't believe me, so I had to have my girlfriend, you know, she had to vouch for me. But look, she ain't here right now, so I can't call her in to have her vouch for me, right? But basically, I'm talking to both these niggas, so every word or every 3 words or some shit, I'm switching between looking at both of them, and I'm like, bro, I will really beat the fuck out of both y'all in this house. Like y'all niggas ain't scaring me, like. I'm like, bro, like, it ain't nobody here to fucking save you. Like, you trapped here with me, nigga. It ain't the other way around. Y'all probably thinking, oh, it's 2 of us. We got power in number. Fuck no. I would really beat the fuck out of both of y'all, right? So, the friend, you know, he's saying some shit. I forgot what the fuck he said. Then I stepped in his face. I'm like, what you trying to do then, nigga? And I'm like, you wanna know what? Get you one. Right? But, nah, he didn't want it. He was like, I don't even know you. I'm like, then sit the fuck down. Like, what you standing up for? Right, so he walk away. So back to the other dude. He basically still talking shit, and like I'm like, bro, I'm tired of talking to you, bro. We already got plans. We about to leave, right? So we preparing. We opening up the gate and shit to get out the back of our house because you know we got a gate. And my girlfriend pulling her car back, and this nigga standing in the way, right? So he moved because he don't want to get hit by a car. But then he tried to close the gate. So I pushed him, and I skipped the first time I pushed him because you know. It wasn't really that important. But I pushed him, and that nigga just went flying, even though I didn't even try. That's a key point for later, right? So this would be my second time pushing him at this point. So I pushed that nigga out the way. He go flying again. And I open the gate back up. She pull out. She driving forward, right? He get on the phone and call her mom, his mom, and they auntie. Right? So he basically saying a lot of shit, right? He talking shit to me in English, then saying a lot of sneaky shit in whatever language they speak, right? And I'm skipping over a few things because it make it more exciting when I have to go back then come back. So back before we got outside, right? He had fucking said something, but he was talking in a language and he said black something, right? And my girlfriend freaked the fuck out and put a hole in the wall. And like she tried to charge that nigga because, you know, she basically like, you on some racist shit and she was about to beat the fuck out of him herself. And I'm like, for somebody who don't fight, who have never been in a fight, because I asked her about it, she was ready. She was really about to get that nigga to work, bro. Like I was like, God damn, bro, I ain't never seen you act like this, right? So I calm her down, right? So I've approached him. He basically was like saying some other shit. Then he called me a nigga. And I'm like, what the fuck you just say? So I was really about to smack him in this shit. But then I'm like, you don't know what? It ain't even worth it. And he was like, I have black friends. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what you got. Did I allow you to say that shit in front of me? So that happened. Back outside because I'm doing it like that because So back outside, that happened. He get on the phone. He's saying some more shit. My girlfriend, she heard him say something. And she was like, so you gonna kill me? And I'm like, what? And then she was like, he said he gonna go grab a knife and kill somebody or some shit. And I was like, I want him to. Bro, he come out here with a knife. I'm not gonna hold back. See, this whole time, like, I haven't even been taking the nigga serious. But if he gonna grab a knife, it's really gonna be like that for him. I'm gonna treat him like he's not your family. So she was like, that's okay with me. I never accepted that nigga as family anyway. But she didn't say nigga. But, you know what I'm saying? She was like, she never accepted him as family anyway. Right? So we about to go. He's still asking for his keys. I'm like, bro, if you're not gonna fight me for him, you ain't getting them, right? His homeboy walked up on me for the second time at this point. Basically, I told him, this is some personal shit between me and him. If you walk up on me one more time, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you. Like, what we got going on, I'm gonna include you in that. Because I don't know you. He was like, I don't know you. And I'm like, then why the fuck you keep walking up to me like this? Like, bro, do you not see what's going on here? Like, can you not clue yourself into this situation? He about to get an ass whooping. Do you really want to take one with him? Right, so he walked off. This nigga went to go grab his hat, his book bag, his keys, whatever the fuck he had. He had a lot of shit, but he grabbed all his shit, right? Because he was like, you wanna know what? Ain't worth it. He made a smart decision because of what comes next. So her auntie and her mom pull up, right? My girlfriends, right? And they kind of mad because I don't know what he was really telling them because, you know, he could have been saying any fucking thing. So they break out into an argument. Some more shit happened. I'm like, fuck it, right? So while this happening, he basically start getting on some hype shit. Like he got a Zanny or something, like a Zenkai boost or a Sensu beam, because he start going crazy. Like when they pulled up, he started talking like he was really that nigga, right? So I'm telling him, I'm like, bro, I respect them. And the only reason I haven't slapped the fuck out of you yet is because they pulled up. But do believe, if you do something that step past that boundary, I will beat the fuck out of you in front of them. Right? So he didn't take my warning, which is a very bad thing. Right? So he reached in my pocket and grabbed the keys. And mind you, yeah, they his keys, but they my fucking keys. Because I said so. Right? So he reached in my pocket and grabbed the keys. And I punched him in his shit. Right when he did it, and that nigga went fucking stumbling, falling. That nigga tripped and like I don't know what the fuck he like. You ever seen somebody fall backwards, like if they tripped on something? That's what happened. But like he almost did a full fucking roll. So like he rolled back, and then did another roll. So I'm looking because I'm not even mad at this point. Like I'm calm as shit, which is what was scaring me. Because normally when I fighting shit, I always mad. But this time I was so calm and I was processing everything. So I knew everything I was doing to him. So basically that happened. I basically start beating his ass on the floor. You know, I punched him like fucking like 4 times in the side of his shit. Right? He ain't, bruh. Nigga didn't even touch me once, bruh. It was sad. It was so fucking one-sided, bruh. And then I'm doing this in front of his family, 3 of his family members and his friend. It just made it so much worse for him. Like he really got sunned, as what my boy Jackal said. I sunned him, right? So this happened. I beat him up. I get up, right, because I didn't notice. Because I was beating his ass, asking him for the keys. I'm like, give me those fucking keys while I'm beating him up. I didn't notice that when I first punched him, he dropped the keys. So I looked at him. He don't have the keys. I turn around. I look at the ground. The keys on the ground. So I try to grab the keys. This nigga grabbed my leg, right? So I put him in a chokehold. Then I pick him up and slam him on the fucking floor. Because I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? And that's what I said. I'm like, dude, stay down, bro. You just got your ass beat. You probably got a concussion or some shit. You're not thinking straight. Stay down, nigga. Right? So he tried to come at me again. And I grab him by the back of his fucking neck with my hand. And I'm just holding him on the ground with one arm. And I'm like, bro, this is so fucking sad, bro. And I'm just really thinking to myself. And I'm like, I didn't even have to go this far, bro. Like, this, he wasn't even worth it, bro. Like, this, because all it did was make me want to fight more, but it was no challenge. Like, it was just too fucking easy. So now I'm sitting here today, recording this, hella fucking, like, I have this thing, right, where it's like, if I don't fight, like, it like, I forgot about it, but when I was first fighting back then, like, a long time ago, before I stopped fighting, it was like an addiction on some shit, because I was going through fighting withdrawal, and now I'm like kind of high again, and like I gotta go through withdrawal all over again, because it's like, bro, I be wanting to just punch niggas for the smallest inconvenience. Like, bro, it's bad, but I'm working on it. I'm gonna get it back under control. But yeah, that happened, right? So I'm holding him down. I'm like, bro, just stay down, right? So I push him. He basically stand up. He start talking some more shit, right? And then my girlfriend mom, she don't know that many words in English, but she said please, which I'm like, all right. So I get a nigga his keys, right? But I hold him down, and like he grabbed him, and I'm just holding him, and he can't even take them from my hand, and I'm just holding him, just staring at him, right? And he ain't saying nothing. He's just looking at me. So basically, I let the keys go, right? And then he walk away, and he was like, yeah, remember that punch. And I'm like, the fuck? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna remember that punch. You gonna remember that punch. I'm gonna make sure you remember that punch, because every time I see you, I'm gonna punch you in your shit, right? So he's still like walking around like he didn't just get his ass beat. He's still talking shit. And like, I walked up on him, and he basically started trying to walk behind his auntie and my girlfriend's mother, and I'm like, dude, you pussy as fuck, right? And my girlfriend this whole time was calling him pussy, all like this whole entire time. She was like, you just pussy, you pussy, you pussy. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. So that happened. You know what I'm saying? He ended up getting his keys back and left. That nigga did the dash. His homeboy, I forgot he was even there, because that nigga left. Like, he was gone. Like, while I was beating him up, I have no idea what the fuck his homeboy was doing. Like, he could have really tried to sneak me on some shit, and at least they would have got some damage in, because the only thing that happened to me is that nigga scratched my arm twice, and it's like, it's already closed. So that's the only damage he got in on me. And I'm like, bro, he could have at least snuck me, punched me in the back of my shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, snuff me real quick. Like, I mean, yeah, I would have beat the fuck out of him, but like, they would have at least been able to say something cool. They were like, yeah, he was beating on me, but old dude in the back snuffed him, but we still got our ass beat. But like, they would at least been able to say something. It's like, it's sad, because they both gone now, and I know when they see each other in whatever state they came from, they gonna have to sit down and have that conversation, because he gonna be like, bro, you just sat there and watched me get beat up. It's like, you supposed to be my boy, and you just watched. So that's what happened. That's the whole Boobop situation. You know what I'm saying? I was checking the comments and shit, and like, a lot of people were saying they wanted it, and I don't know, bro. Like, the next thing I post probably would be a chapter or two from the fucking book I'm writing with some friends of mine. But yeah, that was the whole boo bop situation. Know what I'm saying? Comment, you know what I'm saying? If you made it this far, comment raccoon titties or some shit. I don't fucking know. But you know what I'm saying? You know, it was your boy 12, you know, with a story time or whatnot on what happened. You know, I had to discipline one of my children, you know, one of my mini kids. So, you know, if you one of my Discord sons and you watching this and you think you can talk back to me, nigga, just notice this dude is just a fill-in for you. So if you ever think you can step to your dad, bro, just think of this situation. But with that being said, hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, all that shit. Sure, if you want to. You don't have to do that shit. Not really. But if you want to, cause you know, giveaway 16K.
Why you had to do me like that? Now I'm sitting here beating my meat, writing this song. I got the lotion in my left hand, I got the Henny in my right.